Hey, you! Yes, you. The one who just opened this guide instead of binge watching another show? Proud of you already. Let's be honest. Studying can feel like a never ending battle between your brain and literally everything else that's more interesting. Yes, even staring at the ceiling suddenly becomes fascinating. But what if I told you there's a way to study smarter, not harder? No, it doesn't involve drinking 10 cups of coffee or pulling all nighters that leave you questioning your life choices. Not just stare at your notes and hope for a miracle. In this guide, we'll break down the best study techniques that actually work, without the boring fluff. Whether you're prepping for exams or just trying to retain information without your brain short-circuiting, these tips will help you stay focused, boost retention, and maybe, just maybe, make studying a little less painful. Let's dive in. Study in 1-hour blocks. Keep your study sessions shorter so you don't get worn out. Set aside an hour for each of your subjects so you have time to review them thoroughly. During each block, only focus on one subject at a time so you don't get information mixed up between classes. If you have larger assignments, like papers or projects, break them up into smaller steps that you can do within the hour. Step away for a few minutes every hour so you don't feel overworked. Since studying takes up a lot of energy and brain power, schedule in 5 to 10 minutes every hour where you just relax. Check your phone, browse through social media, take a walk, or go get a snack to give yourself some space from your schoolwork. Avoid working through the breaks you've scheduled, or else you won't feel as alert as you normally would. Schedule time to study every day. Try to set aside a regular time to go over notes for class. Find a time when you feel the most energetic and motivated to study so you're able to focus a little better. If you can, try to plan the same time every day so you can get into a regular routine. Block out at least 1 to 2 hours of your day in a planner or on a calendar so you don't forget to do it during the day. Work somewhere quiet. Find a place where you won't have trouble concentrating on the material. Avoid studying in a room with other loud people or distractions, since it'll be tough to focus and remember the material. Instead, go into your room and shut the door, or find a quiet spot at the school library where you can sit. If you live with other people, ask them to be quiet and courteous when you plan your study time. Everyone has a different ideal study environment. Find places that work best for you so you can focus. Get rid of distractions. Turn off devices so you can focus on your notes and work. It can be really tempting to check your Instagram or texts, but try to avoid it as best as you can while studying. Set your phone to Do Not Disturb for the whole time you're studying so you don't get notifications. If you normally watch shows or browse the internet while you do schoolwork, shut off your TV and computer and focus on the work in front of you. Working with your classmates can help keep you motivated. Ask the other students that you're in class with if they want to review with you. During your study sessions, make sure you stay focused on learning and going over the material. Try quizzing each other on core concepts, independently solving problems before comparing answers, or going over study guides. Try teaching the other people in your study group the concepts you're learning. That way, they'll be able to learn it easier and you commit more to memory. Give everyone in the group an opportunity to answer questions rather than saying them out loud right away. Focus on hard topics first. Work on difficult concepts when you have the most energy. It might sound like a good idea to save tough subjects for later, but you won't feel as motivated to learn about them. Instead, choose the class or subject you have the most trouble with and work on it right away when you sit down to study. Go through the concepts you have the most trouble with before going on to the easier material. Skim the material before you dive in. Determine important reading concepts from chapter headings and images. Before you start reading from a textbook, page through the chapter and write down the headings. Look at the pictures and read through any diagrams. Once you familiarize yourself with what the chapter is going over, ask yourself what you think the reading will cover and what you already know about it. That way, you get a better idea of the information that you need to remember as you read through it. Rewrite your notes in your own words. Organizing your notes helps you retain information a lot easier. Even if you took notes in class, the information may jump all over the place and not be cohesive. Go through all of the notes you've taken and pick out the information you think is most important. Rewrite the notes on a separate page or in a different notebook so all of the similar information is organized and easy to read. Reviewing information in your own words makes you think about it a little more so you're able to pull out the most important information. You should also paraphrase notes you take from reading assignments as well, since copying the text word for word won't help you remember it as well. Go over concepts multiple times. Repeat information across study sessions to ingrain it in your mind. Going over your notes once isn't enough to remember the information long term. When you're studying, repeat the concept out loud or in writing at least 3 times during your study session, so you're more likely to remember it. The next time you study, review all of the information you've covered before to help keep it in your memory. Take practice quizzes. Test how well you can recall information with example problems. A lot of textbooks have questions at the end of a chapter, so you can test how well you know the information. You can also ask your teacher for a study guide or find quizzes online on the subject you're learning. Try to take the quiz without looking up any answers. When you're finished, check what you got wrong and make a point to go back and review the information more. Reward yourself when you finish. Treat yourself to something small when you reach your study goals. Give yourself something to look forward to when you finish your studies. You could have a sweet snack, go for a long walk, play video games, hang out with friends, or buy yourself a small gift. Whenever you finally nail a tough concept or ace a practice quiz, celebrate so you feel more accomplished. And that's it. Now you're ready to study smarter, not harder. Remember focus, take breaks, and maybe reward yourself with snacks. You got this.